If it takes too long, you're probably doing it wrong. At least that's what my wife told me. Hi, I'm an interior designer and I own 26 in Oregon, here in Atlanta. And I'm here to tell you that one of the biggest reasons to hire a designer, if you can spring for one, is because you're overcomplicating everything. And the vibe you think you're creating is still probably going to end up feeling pretty commercial and missing yet another spot. However, if you insist on doing it yourself, let me give you some tips to avoid design fatigue by walking you through how I designed this dressing room. First things first, you got to pick the vibe, not the exact thing. And in this case, I knew I wanted this dressing room to embody the personalities of the people who live here. And in case you didn't know, my wife and I live here. We're fun, a bit eclectic, yet we're very serious and sophisticated about our ish. I also wanted to give a big nod to mid-century design because we both have an affinity for interiors and fashions from that era. And that was the criteria even before I really knew how the layout was even going to come along. You got to narrow down your options and remember the vibe. Don't be rigid and be flexible like you were last night. Now, I had to choose a paint color on the fly because my painter offered me a deal if he could paint this space at the same time that he was painting others in the home. And I'm a designer. Of course I have paint decks on hand. Now, with the criteria in hand, my wife can talk money all day, every day. And teals and greens were very popular colors during the mid-century era. And since I'm a bit sophisticated ratchet, I wanted Luxe and Moody to saturate this entire room. And the color that you see behind me is Equilibrium by Behr. It was a quick 10-minute pick, and I don't regret it at all. And the same thing with the wallpaper on the ceiling. Quite honestly, there were no other options for me here. I saw this over at Spoonflower, and my wallet fell right on open, just like my, what? Y'all, I was going to say my mouth. My wallet fell open like my mouth. And keeping in line with the vibe and the budget, I added details from this globe light that you see here that I found on clearance, this vintage tulip table that I found at a consignment shop, this fun mantis arm lamp that I found at CB2. My wife and I even did this collaborative effort with this window treatment. She built the box, and then I added the fabric on top of that. So yeah, we DIY around here too. I added lion's head door pulls because I'm a Leo. And there are mirrors everywhere because my wife is a Virgo. And I added this cool print from Kill You Strong that reminds me of being a little girl and getting my hair done every day. The rule of thumb is if it makes you smile and it fits the vibe, it can probably stay. Yes, you can absolutely take your time in your home, but I'm also here to tell you that sometimes when you take too long, the energy and the excitement is gone.
Move around, I'll do it myself.
So, take notes.